speak about sustainability, I
I would now request Dr. Siddharth to please say a few words about the podcast.
Thank you so much, everybody present here, the esteemed guests who are here, and my dear friends Sanjay Lazar, Sanjay Chandra, Jasveer, uh, Ambassador Fabian. Authors I have been able to know only because I became myself an author. And I just want to take this uh, discussion to a very different one. Till now, we have been hearing about Sanjay's journey, but I want to talk about something which we all face at some point of time and is related to how I have connected to Sanjay. So it's a story of reset. How many of us at some point of time in our life realize that we are running in a mad race and we need to stop and find our reset moment? So yeah, and that is something which happens to most of us. Some of us don't realize, but many of us, we when we realize, either we take a decision to move towards that reset, the next step, or we decide that we continue with the run we are in. Now, I want to just share this, that if I had not done the reset for myself, then I would not have met Sanjay. And the reset of my life, I wanted to share with a small short story of mine, which actually moved towards this reset. So I've been born and brought up in Dehradun, a very friendly place, full of nature. As a child, I was more into nature, more into singing, more into writing, more into talking to nature, talking with nature, somehow with even birds, flowers. You will feel like it's very silly to discuss this, but yeah, I was doing that in my childhood. But then my father was like, no, this doesn't help you to get earnings. So that was a skill I need to had to learn some skill or need to get into something. So being an engineer, he pushed me into engineering. I got into engineering, though I was not good at mathematics. I was pushed to learn mathematics and excel in it. Somehow I got into the engineering part, and then when I when I reached the engineering college, which was through All India ranking, I reached somewhere. Uh, it was a place in UP, and my first day in the college was me crying all day, because I had been, by end of the day, I had been dragged, I had been bullied, I had been abused, and a lot of things which happened, which I can't even talk about. That day I was changing internally, because the soft, shy guy who was actually a nature lover and into art and creativity was finding it difficult to handle people who were completely opposite to me. So this was the time when I realized also that I have to fight for myself. A story of courage was starting from there. And I've shared the whole story in one of Sanjay's volume only, Stories of Courage, volume 3. How a bullied boy became a strong guy. So that story actually changed me uh, to this level that I started working towards a life which people can't question me, or people can't push me in the wrong direction. Few years later, I found my job in a reputed company. I traveled a lot. I was talking to very senior people. Somehow, somebody saw spark in me and gave me a on-site opportunity. And then there was no turning back. I was roaming around the world, 400 plus places, meeting the highest cadre people, and I was feeling very good about it that maybe this is the success I want to pursue. In few years, I realized that success and dream is completely different. Success can make you happy temporarily, but a dream with a purpose can actually give you fulfillment. And that was the moment of my reset, because I was realizing that I am away from my home and I'm not liking this job. I'm not liking the environment I work in. It is a very stressed environment. And at that point of time, I realized that I need to quit. Few years from then, I was just mulling over the thought that I will be quitting. But then something very catastrophic happened in my life as well. I lost my parents. It was just before COVID when I lost my parents, and then the pandemic struck. When pandemic struck us, it was a hard realization for me that you have not even seen the sign, now you need to see. And that sign I picked up as my reset. Reset to stop, pause, and think about my life again from the beginning. And most of us, maybe at some point of time in their life, are seeing this but ignoring or not taking the right decision. I think that is the courage which I talk about, which I have learned, and uh, and that is where my connection with Sanjay's book comes. The courage of a 17-year-old boy who is labeled failure, and then he picks up from there and how he changes his life, not only his but many others over a period of time. The inspiration. So if a 12th failure can become an inspiration for many, then definitely I can say that we all have that chance of becoming somebody who can inspire others. And I see this happening, that when we write, when we talk about this journey of ours, many a times I see people coming to me and saying that we are inspired and we want to take some steps in towards a meaningful purpose in our life. So with that courage, I was able to, after COVID, I was able to move out of my corporate life. I got into writing. Writing was something which was dear to me. I joined a mentor academy where I met Sanjay, and many of us started actually writing. It was 2023 when I started my first debut novel, Adventurous Sammy, which is about finding a purpose of life. And it was a 14-year-old boy who was trying to find a purpose. And now in 2026, I have already published 50 plus books with including anthologies, and that is only because I have been pursuing my dream now and not carried over by somebody else too. So that is the inspiration which Sanjay has given to many of us. We have met Sanjay through the academy, and when I read his book, it was uh, a very emotional one, because by that time I had already lost my parents, and when I see this, emotion of losing parents, we know what it means, because it is like losing your umbrella, and it is an irreparable loss. So I just want to share this, that because I chose this path, a lot of people were against me that I am having a happy life. Why to even bother? But I think once I chose this path, I also am inspiring many people who are looking forward to change but not able to change because they are thinking, what will others think? The people we are surrounded with, and the notion we keep getting that what will others say, what will the other person think if I do that. So I think this is where I have a beautiful quote, and I want to just um, recite that. The world rewards conformity because conformity is predictable, but history remembers courage because courage changes the world. And we all know that Sanjay and many others will be remembered only because they chose courage over conformity. So that's something I wanted to share. I am running coaching. I am an author, and I have my own digital publishing platform, helping writers become authors, published authors, and that all I could do only because I believe in this particular part that with one writing or one word, we can actually change not only us but the world around us. So thank you so much for listening to, and thank you Sanjay for inspiring. Thank you, guys.